Hello, namaste. Welcome to yoga, this ancient path of union. I'm sure you probably know there are many different paths of yoga. These wisdom practices have been around for thousands of years from the Indian subcontinent. And the kind of practice that we do when we come here to our mats is called hatha yoga. And hatha yoga consists primarily of meditation, asana practice, which is moving through the different positions or poses, and pranayama, which is working with the breath. This will primarily be an asana practice. It'll be intermediate-ish. I think most of it will be pretty accessible, but I'll throw in a few kind of challenging things. So play, try. If you see something coming that doesn't feel right for your body, skip it. Just find a nice place to rest or take some deep breaths. I'm playing the role of the external guide, but the true teacher is within. So I'm going to trust you to listen to your inner teacher as we play together for this next hour or so. It'd be good to have at least one block for the practice, perhaps two. I like to start with mine, one at each end of the mat, because we'll be turning in those directions and using them as we go along. It's also really nice to have something to sit on to bring the sit bones up a little bit so we can draw the back body in under the spine. So find some comfortable seat where you can feel your sit bones rooting down, where you're able to bring your spine vertical, where you might need to use a little bit of effort to hold yourself, but really you can close your eyes, turn within, just find some ease. So making that sweet turn and coming inside yourself. Just dropping in, noticing any sensations, and just starting to connect with the breath. So see where you notice the breath in this moment. Might be in your tummy, might be in the chest. You might notice it in the throat, or you might notice it coming in and out through the nose. And as you watch the breath slowly coming in and moving out, just allow your eyes to be soft. So relax the muscles around the eyes, relax the cheeks, relax your lips. See if you can soften the hinge of the jaw. And then see if you can even allow the tongue to relax, just lying passive on the floor of the mouth. I'm going to take a nice, slow, deep breath in. And on the exhale, allow your shoulders to drape down. So as we stay and breathe, feeling the sit bones rooting down into the earth, gently rising the spine tall, and then allowing the outer layer of the body to soften down, riding the wave of the breath. And if the mind goes wandering off, which it's really good at, just notice it's gone traipsing off, and gently but firmly bring it right back to the breath, right here. We do that again and again. That is the essence of meditation. We keep coming back. And as you're here inside yourself and quiet, just check in. Is there any intention for this practice? Anything you'd like to acknowledge or affirm? send love and attention to. Just notice what's there. May that be so. And then just gently letting that go. And then raising the hands and joining the palms, moving your hands into the center of the chest. Take a nice deep inhale in through the nose. And on the exhale, slowly bowing the head down, down to the heart. And on your next inhale, bringing the head back up, releasing the hands down to the thighs. And as you're ready, opening the eyes. Thank you. So we'll start our asana practice in Sukhasana, and let's have a block right nearby. So Sukhasana is crossed legs, but it's not like a wide crossed legs like when we're kids sitting in a circle in elementary school. It's a yoga pose. We bring our knees closer towards each other, almost in line with our hips, little bit of flexion in the feet, and then really get up on the sit bone so you can find a nice tall spine. Then we're going to take the block and we're going to press our hands into the sides of the block the long way, really straight arms, and see if you can slightly roll the triceps down. Draw the floating ribs in, press the hands, and on an inhale, start to lift the block, but see if you can keep your arms straight, the triceps rolling down, the floating ribs in, and you'll find a barrier probably pretty quickly, right? We're trying to open our shoulders. So when you find that barrier, just stay here, breathe, and gently press up against that resistance there. And then slowly let go of whatever you need to lift the arms all the way. For most of us, it'll be externally rotating the shoulders. Bring the arms up. Maybe the biceps come right by the ears. Really straight arms. Root down through the sit bones. Lift up tall. And then hug your elbows in. They're going to want to splay out. Start to bring the block down behind you. See if you can keep those elbows hugging in parallel, lifting up towards the sky. And then slowly bringing the block back up, keeping the elbows in, reaching tall, and then slowly bring the block down right in front of you. On an inhale, find your tall spine. And on an exhale, left fingertips behind the left hip. Cross the opposite wrist. Take an inhale to find length. And on your exhale, start to twist from the waist. You might find a mudra with that right hand or not. But can you root down through the sit bones? Reach the crown of the head up towards the sky, stabilize your hips, and then just gently turn. We have a little bit of leverage with that hand outside the knee. We're not yanking on the head. You might even gently draw the head back a little bit to make sure you're not leading with the head. See what you can find there in the waist. Slow, deep, even breath in and out through the nose. And then staying right here, but just slowly looking forward over that right shoulder, and then allow the body to slowly unwind. Inhale, find length again, and then exhale, we're going to crawl our left fingertips out. Anchor this right sit bone down. Keep it there as you inhale, the right arm up, palm turns in, and then on your exhale, just slowly starting to find a side bend. So we're going to find a stretch to that right side body by drawing that right hip down. Keep your heart turning forward. You can keep that bottom hand bent, or you can straighten the elbow. Maybe spinning the belly, the heart slightly up, maybe looking up. Just see how much length you can find in the right side body. Take an inhale here to come up through center. And then we're going to inhale both arms up. And on an exhale, we're going to start to lean forward. Really flex the feet there, your little break coming forward. Keep the spine long. You might just bring your hands down, and this is going to be your forward fold. Some of you can build with 1 or 2 blocks, some kind of pillow so you can bring down the front of the head and let it rest. This block can be at any height. For those of you who can start to bring the forehead down towards the floor, let it come down, and you might play with joining your palms behind the back of your head or your neck. Hug the elbows in. And then all of us, deep breaths around the sacrum, the back of the hips. Let the belly be soft.
Maybe close the eyes. And just be here and let gravity work on your being as you stay steady and soft. And then wherever you are, if you place your hands down, a little bit of support to come back up to that nice straight spine. Now let's find Sukhasana on the other side. So again, drawing the knees in, a little bit of flexion in the feet, getting up on the sit bones. The side might be slightly different. That's usually how it works. Go ahead and find your block, pressing the hands into the side of the block. Again, straight elbows, spin the triceps down. On an inhale, starting to lift the block, you're reaching out and up. Maybe especially press the pinkies, find that barrier, and gently press up against that tightness in the shoulders as you breathe. And then let go a little bit, whatever needs to be let go to bring the arms straight up overhead. Keep drawing the floating ribs in. Maybe the biceps come up by the ears. Reach up, find length, and then hugging the elbows in, starting to bring the block down. Might be a little shaking in the elbows. This is harder than it looks. You probably figured that out already. Elbows drawing up, hugging in, re-extend the arms all the way up. Take an inhale here, and then slowly bring the block all the way down. Let's inhale, find that tall spine, and then exhale, right fingertips behind the hip, cross the wrist, a mudra or not, and start to turn. And in a twist, right, we don't want to sacrifice length. So a lovely practice is on the inhale, back off a little bit, grow the spine tall, and on the exhale, use your leverage just to gently turn. Inhale, back off and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Again, just make sure you're not yanking with the head. Face is soft, shoulders down. And then staying right here, but slowly looking over that front shoulder. Allowing the body to follow and unwind. Inhale, find length. Exhale, crawl the right fingertips out. Anchor that left hip down as you reach the arm up, palm in, and then slowly, keeping that left hip pinned down to the earth. Extend the whole left side body, arm, hand, up and away from that anchor. See if you can open the heart, maybe spin the chest slightly up. Maybe the gaze looks up as well. And then just see what's right here. And then on your next inhale, bring yourself all the way up to a straight spine. And then inhale both arms out and up. And then exhale, the flexion in the feet is your break. It's allowing you to keep the hips reaching back as you reach forward. Make a choice about head on block at some height. Maybe just keep your fingertips down. Or maybe the forehead starts to come all the way down to the mat, in which case you might try joining your palm behind the back of the head or the neck. But wherever you are, sink the hips back, deep breaths around the back of the hips, through the sacrum, slow and steady, being right here. One more breath. And then slowly bring your hands down, give yourself a little bit of support to come on up, straight spine. Okay, let's move our props out of the way, and we're gonna come to all fours, a tabletop position, long ways on the mat. Get your wrist creases parallel with the front of the mat, right under the shoulders, knees or hips distance under the knees, tuck the toes. Support the pose a little bit from underneath. Spread the fingers, press the knuckles, the fingers all the way out to the fingertips. And then on an inhale, slowly, starting to bring the chest forward, the groins go back, a little bit of cow. And on an exhale, pressing the palms down, coil the navel into the spine. Find that big arched cactus back. Inhale, slowly coming forward, opening the front of the body into cow. Exhale, pressing and rounding, opening the back body into cat. And then a few more on your own. Let the breath guide you. you find a sweet spot and you want to pause for a moment, if there's some extra organic movement or wiggle, shoulders or hips, we're just finding our way into our body, into the spine. And then slowly coming back to a neutral tabletop. Walk the knees back a couple inches. Respread the palms, the fingers. Hug your outer arms in. Again, slightly roll the triceps down. Keep that, the seal of the hands, super straight elbows, and lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And these first couple breaths in dog, whatever feels good. If you like to pedal your legs out, if you like to wiggle the hips, if you like to move the head a little bit, just find your way in. Sometimes it's actually nice just to lift up on the balls of the feet, give a nice bend to the knees, press the hands, find length all through the arms, the torso, keeping that slowly re-extending the legs up, and then keeping all of that as you slowly bring the heels down towards the earth. And then just find stillness. The gaze is back between the feet. The feet are hip distance and parallel. We're pressing the hands forward and down to lengthen the spine and lift the hips back and up. And we're helped by pressing open the back of the legs, pressing the upper thighs back to the wall behind us. And then on an inhale, slowly glide forward, find your way into plank. You might need to change the length of your stance. Get your shoulders right over the wrist creases. Spread the hands. Super straight arms and legs. Reach back through the heels as you reach forward to the crown of the head. And then draw the underneath body up into the back body to support the pose from underneath. Just be here and breathe. The gaze is soft. You can always bring your knees down. And then slowly exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find your breath. And then inhale, glide forward, come right back into your plank. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. We're going to draw the right hand in under the shoulder and about an inch forward. Spread the fingers. We're going into Vashisthasana. You're welcome to drop the right knee, bring the back foot down, and open up to Vashisthasana on your knee. Or you're welcome to bring the feet together, stack them, roll to the outside of that right foot. Find your full Vashisthasana with straight legs. So really draw that right shoulder blade in and under. Super straight legs, draw the tailbone long. Maybe you start to look sideways or up. Reach that top arm straight up to the sky. Open your heart. Take up space. And then slowly look down. Bring that left hand down. Come back to your plank. And we're just going to shift to the other side. So knee down or straight leg. Transition slowly, steadily, mindfully. Vashisthasana. And if you've got the knee down, the work is going to be to bring that top hip back. If you've got the straight legs, the work is to keep drawing that top hip forward. Flex the feet, open your heart. And then look down. Right hand comes down, you're back in plank. Shift an inch forward. Hug your elbows in. Come halfway down to chaturanga. You're welcome to be on your knees. Draw your tailbone long. Reach the crown of the head forward. Hug the arms right into the sides of the body. Take one more breath. And then slowly come all the way down. Untuck the toes, forehead down. Reach your hands back by the sides, back of the palms down. Really straight legs, legs are together. Hug the outer legs in, draw the tailbone long. And then draw your shoulder blades on your back. So the fronts of the collarbones are lifting. And then inhale, come up, just lift the sternum. So all 10 toes are down, fingertips are down. Drawing the tailbone long, the core is active. We're trying to lift under the ribs. Got the shoulder blades on the back. Then we add the feet, the hands. Keep finding your breath. Shalabhasana, the locust pose. One more breath here. Now just bring your feet down, bend your elbows, hug them in, and just float your hands right by your lower ribs. Little hover cobra. And then slowly bring it down. Take a breath. Reactivate the legs, press the palms, elbows in. Inhale, lift the heart. Little pressing down on the hands. Might just be a couple inches into your Bhujangasana Cobra. You might start to press down and come up, drawing the elbows in and the shoulders down. Slowly come down. Take a breath. Reactivate the legs, press the palms. Inhale, come up, Bhujangasana Cobra, and stay here. Or you might press the hands down, straight arms, straight legs. We're just on the tops of the feet, flat palms. Can you activate your core but lift the heart, shoulders down? And then press the hands, use your core. Slowly press up and back, downward facing dog. Find your breath, find your center, find some length. And then on your next exhale, bend the knees, empty the breath, look forward. We're gonna step one foot and then the other to the front of the mat. Feet are hips distance in parallel. Bend the knees, fold over, drop the head. Clasp opposite elbows. Imagine your elbows are like little weights, drawing your torso down. Releasing the lower back. If you want to turn the head side to side a couple times. And then change the clasp of the elbows. Maybe start to straighten the legs a little bit or a lot. Moving into the hamstrings, lifting the hips. Arms are still heavy, drawing the torso down. And then slowly release the hands down. Take a breath right here in Uttanasana. And then a little bend in the knees, weight in the heels, coil your lower spine in, and just slowly start to roll up. One vertebrae at a time, we root down through the feet, straightening the legs. The head is the last to come up. Nice. Bring your feet together if you would. Big toes touch. There's about an inch between the heels. Hands come to heart center, pressing the palms into one another. Tadasana, mountain pose. Draw the head back, shift your weight over the heels, draw the tailbone down. And then on an inhale, sweep your arms down and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Super straight legs and arms. If it's okay on your neck, maybe start to look up as you reach up past your fingertips. Maybe the palms join overhead if the shoulders allow. Take a big inhale here. And then on an exhale, open the arms and slowly swan dive. Hinging at the hips. Welcome to put a bend in the knees. Fold it in. Uttanasana with the feet together. Take a breath. And then on your next inhale, come halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana. So place your hands somewhere where you give yourself support to extend the spine. So the hips go back, the crown of the head comes forward. That can be shins, that can be fingertips in line with the toes. You might have your hands on your thighs. Lengthen the spine on an inhale. And on your exhale, can you keep that length as you fold it in? Let's try that a couple times on the breath. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, long spine, fold it in. One more, inhale, halfway up. And this time, exhale, plant your hands shoulder distance. Step back, find your plank. Then come an inch forward. Hug your elbows in. Come halfway down, Chaturanga. Knees or straight legs. And then over the toes for up dog, or come all the way down for cobra. Find your back bend, open the heart. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Next, exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step or lightly hop to the front of the mat, feet together. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Do a few Surya Namaskar A's together on the breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale slowly like you've got all the time in the world. Slowing down. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find plank. Come an inch forward, elbows in, halfway down, Chaturanga, all the way down for cobra or just over the toes. Press the hands, shoulders down, upward dog. Exhale, the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Landing right in the center of yourself again. Stay connected with your breath. Next, exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or lightly hop, front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, reach tall. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Keep it going. Inhale, wide reach. Exhale, leading with the heart. Take the full breath all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. There's plank. Come forward, elbows in. Halfway down, hover. Then your choice, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Now on an inhale, glide forward, find your plank. We're going to bring the right knee down, get it right under the right hip. From your inner left thigh, raise the left leg straight back behind you, seeing if you can keep the hips even. Draw underneath the body up to support the pose. When you're ready, add the right arm. See how much length you can find. Forward through the fingertips, back to the heel. Inhale here, and on an exhale, bring your knee to elbow underneath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw under. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw under. And then inhale, reach. Find steadiness here. Look up, bend that back knee. Keep the belly engaged as you reach around, seeing if you can find that back ankle or foot. Either reaching for the foot, or if you have it, just start to find this modified king dancer. Can you lift the heart, but not dump in the lower back? Shoulders down. And then re-extend arm and leg. Hand comes down, back toes come down, step back, you're in plank. And then we're going to bring the left knee down right under the hip. From that inner right thigh, inhale that right leg straight back behind you. See if you can get the hips even, that back leg straight. When you're ready, add the left arm. The gaze stays down here. See if you can find length. Take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, draw the knee to elbow under. Inhale, long. Exhale, draw beneath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw under. Inhale, reach. Get steady here, and then look up. Bend that back knee. Can you draw the belly in? Can you keep it there as you reach around? Maybe that foot's somewhere, playing with reaching for it. Maybe you get it. Lift the heart. Keep the core drawing in. One more breath. And then re-extending arm and leg. Left hand comes down, back toes come down. Step back, you're in plank. And then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Then bring the feet together at the back of the mat. From the inner right thigh, inhale the right leg back behind you, three-legged dog. So see if you can keep the hips even here. Both legs straight, both arms straight. Can you even out the weight in the hands right to left? Hug the outer arms in, hug the outer legs in. Stay here if you want to play. You might bend that back knee. See what it's like to try lifting that left hand. And you might reach around, see if there's a leg, a foot, an ankle, some air, just playing with grabbing what's behind us. Back in a two-legged dog. And then release the leg, the hand. Take an inhale here, get even longer. And then exhale, come forward, knee into the chest as you look down. So the shoulders are right over the wrist creases. You're bringing that knee towards your sternum, up on the back balls of the foot. Big cat back, and then use that space to slowly step forward, long lunge, up on the fingertips. Get that front ankle just beneath the front knee. Firm the right hip in. Extend the sternum long. See if you can get that weight right in that front heel. Once you feel steady, just draw the arms back alongside the body. So the palms face down. We bring the shoulder blades on the back. Firm the outer hips in. Maybe reach the arms out to the side. And then listen to your lower back. This might be plenty. Or you might start to reach the arms forward. The palms turn in. And then draw the tailbone down.
Use that as a lever to bring yourself up into your crescent lunge. So bending in the front knee, arms straight up by the ears, back leg working towards straight, probably not quite there. Lift the belly, then bend that back knee strongly and bring the knee down to hover just above the mat. See if you can engage both glutes here. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, little cactus pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull down. This time, inhale, reach and straighten the back leg. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. As you start to come forward, start to find your twist with that left palm coming down inside the right foot. Shoulder blades on the back. Straight back leg. Maybe you look up. Twisting lunge. Now look down. Spread the fingers on that bottom hand. Claw and paw the hand. Shift your weight. Maybe start to pick up that front foot. You can bring the knee down or straight legs. Play with coming back into your Vashisthasana side plank. And then you might play with lifting the top leg, reaching that top arm out and over. See what's right here. Then bring the leg down, the arm up, look down, right hand comes down, you're in plank. Shift forward, elbows in, halfway down, chaturanga, over the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. From the inner left thigh, inhale the left leg back behind. See if you can minimize the external rotation in that left hip so the hips are even. Straight arms, straight legs. Hug the outer arms in. Hug the outer legs in. Stay here and breathe, or you might play with bending that back leg, lifting the right hand, and then you're just going to play with balancing as you reach around, seeing if you can find that back foot. Not easy. Usually pretty darn wobbly, but fun. See what's there. And then when you're ready, release the foot, bring the hand down. Inhale here, get even longer. And then exhale, come forward, knee into the chest. So what's it like on this side to draw the knee in, round the back, shoulders over the wrist creases. Make as much space as you can, and then bring that left foot all the way through. Find your long lunge. Really get that heel grounded beneath you. Firm that left hip in. Lengthen the sternum. Let the hips sink. And once you feel stable, drawing the arms back alongside the body. Bring the shoulder blades on the back. Open the heart. Maybe reach the arms out to the side. Take up space. See what's right here. Listen to your lower back. You can stay here, reaching the arms forward, turning the palms in, find length. Draw the tailbone down. Inhale, come up. Find your crescent lunge. So the weight's in the front heel. We're drawing the left hip back, drawing the tailbone down, reaching the arms, and then play with bending that back knee, just letting it hover right above the mat. See if you can find both glutes. Then inhale, reach up. Exhale, lat, pull down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And then inhale, reach as you extend the back leg. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Start to come forward. Start your twist. Open the arms. That right flat palm comes right under the right shoulder. Open the heart. Stack the shoulders. Reach up. Breathe it open. Now look down. Really spread the fingers on that bottom hand. Claw and paw that hand. Engage your core. You're going to play with lifting up that left foot. Knee down or straight leg. Come right back to your Vashisthasana on this side. And if you'd like, play with lifting that top leg. Maybe reaching the top arm up and over. Bring the leg down, the arm up. Look down, left hand comes down. Shift forward, elbows in. Halfway down. Over the toes. Press the inner hand, open the heart. Exhale the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Landing right here in this moment, in your body, in your breath.
And then next exhale, bend the knees, empty the breath, look forward, step or lightly hop front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Really nice. So let's come to the center of the mat. Feet together first for Tadasana. A little outfit check, that's important too. And then we're going to spread our arms out to the side. Then we're going to take a wide stance. So open your legs so maybe your ankles are right above, beneath your wrists. That's usually a good place to start. Stay here as you externally rotate that right leg strongly from the hip. That foot's now parallel with the sides of the mat. Turn that back foot in. You want the front heel aligned with the back arch, or if you need a little bit more space, you can line up heel to heel. You can always play and see what's right for you. Inhale, reach the spine tall. On an exhale, start to bend that right leg. You might need to change the length of the stance a little bit, coming into your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So go slowly. You're firming that right hip in. Make sure you can see that right big toe inside that knee. Once you've got the alignment, bring your gaze up and out over those fingertips. Draw the tailbone underneath you. Relax the shoulders. Just be right here and breathe. Might close your eyes for a few breaths. You might sink a little deeper for these last few moments. Reaching through the front arm, the back arm. Breathing steadily. And then slowly start to straighten that front leg. We're going to Trikonasana, so you can keep the stance this long, or some people like to shorten it a little bit. And then slowly let the hips go back. Keep both sides of the torso long. A little bit of softness in that front leg. And then just open your arms. So your hand might be on the shin. You might use a block. The hand might come down towards the ankle. You might even rest your hand on the mat. The way to check where your hand is, you want to make sure you have this top shoulder open. If you start to pitch forward, it means this bottom hand's too low. Just bring it up. I want to be able to lean back, open the heart. Maybe turn that top palm forward, reaching out from that back foot. Just like we did at that beginning, finding that nice big stretch to the left side body. See what's right here. And then slowly inhale. Bring that top arm up, look down, bring your left hand to your hip. We're going to bend the front leg. We're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana. You can step the back foot in, or you can play with launching. Firm that right hip in the whole time. Keep that front foot parallel with the sides of the mat. Don't let it turn inside or out. And then when you're ready, adding that top arm. Keep firming the right hip in. Both legs super straight. You can have a little bend in that standing leg if that feels better on your body. Spin the chest open. You might play with looking sideways or up. Take up space. See what's right here. And then slowly bending that standing leg. Can you gracefully take your time? Just come back to your Warrior 2. And then straighten that leg. Hands come to the hips. Turn the feet so they're parallel. Get them nice and parallel and get that nice length again for your stance. And then reach the arms out to the side. We're going to externally rotate the left foot from up in the hip. Get that foot parallel. Turn the back foot slightly in. Choose how you want to line up your feet. Take an inhale. And then on an exhale, mindfully, slowly, opening that front knee as you bend the leg. You might need to change the length of the stance a little bit. Make sure you can see that big toe. Firm the left hip in. Can you draw the tailbone underneath and relax the shoulders? And then be here and breathe. Here we are. Warrior 2. Lucky to be practicing on our mats. Here's the breath, the soft shoulders, the soft face. And just be here. A few more breaths if you want to drop a little deeper, your choice. Keep rolling those right ribs back, reaching back. And then slowly straightening the front leg, making a choice about the length of your stance for Trikonasana. A little bit of softness in that front knee as we let the hips go back. Keeping the heart open to the side. Go as far as you can. And just let the hands open. That bottom hand will know where it wants to go. Keep drawing the tailbone under. It allows you to lift the heart and lean back. Stacking the shoulders, reaching straight up. Eventually in this pose, we look at the top thumb with our bottom eye. And then turning that top palm forward, reaching it out. Like you're extending the hand from that back hip, maybe even from that back foot, spinning the heart up. Maybe looking up, breathing. And then inhale, bring that top arm back up. We're gonna look down. Bring that right hand to the right hip. You wanna have your block ready, bend in that front leg. You can step the back foot in or just play with launching. Have the block right under the shoulder. Keep that front foot standing leg parallel with the side of the mat. And then start to roll that top hip open. Reach the top arm up when you're ready. Can you draw the tailbone long back to the heels? Spin the chest open, choose where you want to look. Be here and breathe. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. One more breath. And then slowly bending that standing leg slowly. See if you can keep the knee opening over the second toe gracefully, as much as you can. Back to Viratu. Beautiful, straightening that front leg. Turning that foot forward, hands come on the hips. And then let's bring our feet in about a third of the distance. Get them nice and parallel, straight legs. We'll take an inhale, lifting the heart. And on an exhale, hinging at the hips. See if you can keep the back straight. You're welcome to put a little bend in your knees. Coming forward slowly into your Prasarita Padottanasana. You might bring your hands down on blocks. You might bring your fingertips down on the mat. You might start to fold in. And if you're folding in, eventually the hands are going to be shoulder distance right under the elbows, like chaturanga hands, aiming the crown of the head down. Lift the hips up and back. But keep firming in your inner arches and keep hugging in your outer ankles. And just be here and breathe. And then on your next inhale, coming halfway up, straight back, bring your hands on your hips, hug your elbows in. Welcome to put a bend in the knees slowly, coming all the way up to standing. Really nice. So let's come to the top of the mat, feet together, a little bit away from the front of the mat, hands to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. And then let's bring our hands to our hips and step a little bit wide, maybe as wide as our mat with the feet slightly turned out. Let's bring the hands back to heart center and just start to sit. So some of you coming down in this wide squat, if you can keep your heels down, this might be where you are. You can keep your hands at heart center. You could bring your hands on your thighs. Some of you, the pelvis is going to keep dropping down, aiming the pelvic floor down towards the earth. The crown of the head rising high. Lengthening the spine, you can press your elbows into the inner knees to gently open the thighs, lift the heart. Be here and breathe. And then slowly forward fold as you straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet together. Move back a little bit further maybe. And then we're just going to come down into a little squat. Open the knees and then bring your torso down between the knees, maybe coming down towards having your forearms on the mat, Malasana. Fold it in and then bring your knees and hug your outer arms. Find those muscles that adduct the hips. Hug your outer shoulders with your knees. Fold in and breathe. Be right here. And then look up. We're going to place the hands shoulder distance. And we're going to hug the elbows in, just like when we were holding the block at the very beginning of the practice. Keep the elbows in as you lift the hips. You can place your knees behind your elbows, maybe your triceps. Some of you might bring them up to the armpits. Keep the elbows hugging in as you shift the weight forward. You might just play with having a little bit more weight here on your hands, or you might play with lifting the feet, coming into your Bakasana crow pose. Wherever you are, spread the fingers. Hug the elbows in, lift the feet, use your core, breathe. One more breath, and slowly bring the feet down. Slowly have a seat. And then lift the feet and bring your hands right behind these big tendons behind the knee into our Navasana boat pose. And notice if you're sinking back at all. See if you can bring the back body into the front body. Lift the heart. Maybe reach the hands alongside the shins. Be here and breathe. Now really draw your core in. Keep it in as you slowly open your body, coming into your Ardha Navasana half boat. So you want the eyes in line with the toes, really drawing the belly down and in, extending the legs, lifting the heart, and then slowly coming back up into boat. This time, if you want, you might extend the legs straight. Again, bring the back body and the front body. Draw the core in, slowly coming down. Half boat. Stay right here. Bring your palms together in the center. And let's just bring both palms to the right. Little twist. Coming back to center. To the left. Coming back to center. One more time each side. Over to the right. Back to center. Over to the left. Back to center. Oh, lie down. Hug your knees in. Yes. Whew. Go ahead and flex your feet and lift your feet up. Slide your hands up, maybe outside the ankles or the feet. And just find your happy baby, this well-earned Ananda Balasana. Few breaths if you want to rock side to side, if you want to stay still, if you want to close your eyes. Bring your awareness down in your hips as you draw the knees down. Coming back to center if you're moving. And then slowly releasing the feet down, feet on the mat, and then we're going to bend the right knee in, flex the right foot, externally rotate that hip so your ankle's just beneath the knee. Reach through, maybe behind the thigh or maybe in front of the shin. And then really start to draw the left knee in a little bit, draw the right knee away, keep that right foot flexed, and then either be still here and offer breath into the hips, or you might just gently rock that left knee in and out. It's a really small movement, it's like a lubrication for that hip joint. So choice, stillness or a little bit of movement, but be right here, shoulders back and down, heart open. One more breath. Then release your clasp, let the left foot come down, uncross the right. Just take a moment here in constructive rest in the middle. And then bend the left knee in, flex the foot, really important for the knee in this position. Ankle just beneath the right knee. Draw that right knee in, find your clasp. Both feet flexed here is good. Draw the shoulders down, uncurl the tailbone a little bit, and then in stillness work the actions of drawing that right knee in, where you might add just a little bit of a micro movement, maybe an inch, forward and back. See what feels better for your body. We're always listening to our bodies, right? That's where the real instructions come from. For me, as I get older, I notice that movement in this position feels really good. One more breath. Nice. And then release the clasp. The right foot comes down. Uncross the left. Take a breath here in the center. Then bend your knees, hands behind the thighs. Just rock and roll forward and back a couple times. Little massage for the spine. Little roly-poly. One more, and then we're going to come up into chair. So slowly come forward, feet together. Rise, press down, reach the arms, draw the floating ribs in, and then slowly press down to stand up. Hands come down to heart center. Tadasana. Okay, we're going to play with one more fun thing. This is a challenging thing. There are places to stop along the way. It's going to be a one-legged balance. If you're someone who likes to come off the mat to balance or maybe go to a wall, make a choice that's good for you. If you would stay facing the front of the mat, I'm going to do a little bit of a diagonal, hopefully to be able to show you what we're doing. So we're going to start in Tadasana. Root down through all four corners of both feet. And then we're going to root down in the left foot. We're going to inhale the right leg up into our one-legged Tadasana. So get steady here. Then we're going to, just like we did lying down, externally rotate, flex that right foot. Hands come down to heart center, that ankle's just above the kneecap. Take an inhale, and then send both hips back equally. See if you can keep the spine long, the heart open. Now places to stay, one is right here, hands at heart center. Keep sitting down in your chair. Keep seeing how much you want to keep the spine upright or lean forward.
Some of you would bring your hands down maybe on a block or blocks. Some of you might bring your fingertips down to the mat. So first just see what's right here. And the invitation is either to stay, or you might want to play with the arm balance. So one way to know if the arm balance is going to even be a possibility is if you can bring your hands flat. You're welcome to bend the standing leg as much as you need to. Hands flat, hug the elbows in. We're not going to let them separate. We're going to start to lean forward, and we're going to hook this right foot around our left tricep. And you're going to aim your shin right above the back of those triceps. And then you're just going to play. Am I going to stay here? Maybe I play with lifting the foot a little bit, or you might lift the foot a lot, or you might play with extending that back leg. This is called Ekapada Galavasana, flying pigeon. Wherever you are, take another deep breath. And then slowly we're going to come out together. So bring that foot down, weight in the heel, all of us hands to heart center. Can you come back up, one-legged Tadasana, extend that right leg, take a breath, reach up, and then exhale, bring it down. Ha-ha, let's try the other side. Okay, starting in Tadasana, feet together, and remember this side could be different. Most of us are pretty asymmetrical. Mountain pose, root down through both feet. Then rooting in the right, inhale, come up to your one-legged Tadasana, left foot raised, flex that left foot. Externally rotate the hip. The ankle goes just above the knee and we're really flexing that left foot. Hands come down to heart center. Take an inhale. Then send the hips back evenly. We move slowly through these transitions so we can stay steady, right? So we can have some choice, conscious choice about where our body is, how we're in it. So you might stay right here with your hands at heart center, extending the spine, sitting back. Some of you might start the job of bringing the hands down, blocks, maybe fingertips to the mat. So find yourself, find your breath, be right here. Or if you're going to play with the arm balance, you're going to play with bringing both hands down, shoulder distance. Hug these elbows in. We can't let them open or we're going to splat in between them. Start to bend the standing leg. And you're going to hook this foot around the tricep. Get the elbows right beneath the shin. Spread the hands and then just play with lifting that back foot. This is a perfect place to stay. Or you might extend the back leg. Ekapada Galavasana. Breathe. Be right here. And then slowly let the pose dissolve. We're all back down on one foot. Weight in the heel. Find your core. Root down through the foot as you slowly come up. One-legged Tadasana. And then extending that left leg. Take a breath, find length, and then slowly let it come down. Then we're just going to separate our feet, turn the feet out a little bit, little bend in the knees. Let's just loosen up for a moment, side to side, right? All of that concentration and holding. I think a little flinging is in order. Let the body turn, let the knees bend, see what's here, slow it down. Come to center. Then let's try a little looseness down the middle. So feet a little wider than hips distance, then bend in the knees. On an inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Couple more of those. One more. And then slowly coming back up. And just bring your hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Just see what's right here. Feel, be, notice, heartbeat, breath. Blink your eyes open. Let's bring our feet together. Press the palms into one another. Draw your tailbone underneath you and hug the outer legs in so as you slowly come down, right, you can support yourself and balance this little squat. Press the palms into one another. And then let's just find our lotus mudra. So we open all our fingers and we keep the pinky finger and the thumb joined, this lotus flower, like Thich Nhat Hanh says, right? No mud, no lotus. So from the mud, the earth, rising, bringing this bloom up, maybe up to our crown chakra. Just being here, this presence. And slowly bringing the hands back down. And slowly having a seat. Let's find our Dandasana staff pose. So both legs are straight, the feet are flexed, up on the sit bones. You're welcome to sit up on your blanket or something else to bring the sit bones up. Hands down to start, so you can really press down to rise the spine, draw the floating ribs in, like there's a little string drawing the crown of the head straight up into the heavens. And keep that length as you inhale both arms out and up. And then on your exhale, send the hips back, right? We're looking for that hinge at the hips, starting to come forward. So you can bring your hands down and stay right here breathing. If you have a strap, you could hold a strap around the feet, lengthen the spine. If you can hold the feet, you might hold them and lengthen the spine. If you'd rather let the back fold, coming down and in, feel free. You're welcome to place a block on your shins beneath your head so you can rest the front of the brain. Paschimottanasana. Just be right here. Breathing, maybe starting to cool just a little. This big opening for the back body. It's a very cooling pose. Soften the breath, soften the belly. And then on an inhale, just extend yourself to come up, maybe some support from the hands, tall spine. And then if you're not already long on your mat, coming long on your mat, scooching forward so you've got your heels right at the front of the mat with nice bent knees. And then reach the arms forward, take an inhale. And on an exhale, coil the lower spine, start to roll down, one vertebrae at a time. Support yourself as you come down, the back, the shoulders, the back of the head, arms come down, and then walk the feet in. Feet are hips distance and parallel. You might reach down and just feel your heels. Lift the toes for a minute and feel the inner and the outer side of both feet. Bring the toes back down and really stand on the inner foot to start to lift the pelvis up towards bridge. And you're welcome to slide a block right under your sacrum if you'd like to make this a restorative pose, or keep pressing the feet to lift the back of the pelvis, the back of the waist, the back of the heart. You could grab the sides of the mat, use that to draw the shoulder blades underneath, or you might roll one shoulder and then the other under. Find the hands, interlace the fingers, maybe even press the palms together. Little bend in the elbows, right? We're drawing the shoulder blades in, supporting from underneath. Drawing the tailbone long. So we're aiming our tailbone away down towards the backs of our knees. Stay here. You might play with coming to the balls of the feet. The heels lift. The pelvis might come a little higher. Keep your knees parallel. And then see if you can keep this much height in the hips as you just slowly bring the heels down. Then stay here, but if you'd release the hands, reach the arms overhead, back of the palms down, and then slowly start to uncoil from the top of the spine, one vertebrae at a time, until the sacrum comes down. And then reach your arms out to the side, palms up. Just take a breath here. Let your weight sink. And then we'll take another inhale. And on the exhale, just let both knees gently come to the right. So we come to the outer right foot, the inner left. It's like a little windshield wiper. Stay right here, or you might reach your arms overhead, find a wrist. Just find a little stretch. Drawing the hands away, pulling the hips down and away, lengthening the spine. You've got the arms overhead, bring them back out to the side, palms up. Let's slowly bring our knees back to center. Take an inhale here, and on an exhale, letting the knees come down to the left. Outer left foot, inner right. And maybe this is perfect, or maybe you just want to reach the arms overhead, find the other wrist. Lengthen the spine, drawing the wrists away from the hips. Reach.
If you've got the arms overhead, reaching the arms out to the side, palms up, slowly bring the knees back to center. Take a breath here in constructive rest. And then if you would find one of your blocks, we're going to take it, we're going to press our feet down, lift the hips, and just slide the block in the low, long way beneath the sacrum. See if you can get it right beneath the sacrum so you can rest some weight on it. We want the natural curve. We don't want to overly arch our backs, but we don't actually want to flatten our sacrum. So see if you can keep the natural curve. Arms out to the side. Maybe draw the shoulder blades in a little bit underneath for support behind the heart. Then we're going to lift one knee up and then the other. And if you feel stable here, you can extend one leg up and then the other. And then maybe close the eyes. It's just this sweet, gentle inversion. The end of the practice, reversing the flow of blood, allowing the legs to balance on top of the rest of us when it's usually the other way around. Just dropping inside. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be right here. And then slowly, steadily bending one knee and then the other, bringing one foot down and then the other, pressing the feet just enough to slide the block out, letting the sacrum come down, giving your weight to the earth, taking a breath here, and then just making your choice about your final pose. So some people like to come into Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet together and the knees out. That's wonderful on the lower back. Also, if you have any lower back tension, you can try the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees come in. If you'd rather practice classical final pose, then you just extend the legs long, about hips distance. You let the feet fall out. Bring the hands away from the body, the shoulder blades slightly under so the palms can come up. I actually like to have my arms straight out from my heart. You can make a choice. And then any last wiggles to get comfortable. If you want something behind your knees, if you want to cover your eyes or your body, right? We're moving into this final pose, Shavasana, the corpse pose. And the work of the pose is to really surrender and let go and be still. So set that up for yourself. And once you've got your body in the right position, let's take a deep, big inhale in through the nose, filling it up. Keep it going. Fill up a little bit more. Sip a little bit more. Hold it at the top. And then open your mouth, let it go. Shavasana. And then very slowly, just starting to shift your awareness back into the body, coming back into its weight, its density, its presence, seeing what that's like. And then when you're ready, finding some small movement, coming back to life, wiggling fingers or toes. You might reach the arms overhead, staying present, bringing some shavasana with you. And when you're ready, bending the knees in, reaching the right arm out overhead, and just slowly letting the knees come over to the right. You could rest your head in your right bicep like a pillow. Just pausing for a moment, right here. And then staying inside, keeping the eyes closed, just pressing that left palm down to come up round to a seat, just a comfortable seat, but the sit bones find the earth, the spine rises tall. And just taking a moment, noticing the effects of the practice, honoring this choice we make to come to our mats with gratitude for yoga and all that it brings. And joining the palms and moving them into the heart. Namaste. Thank you so much. Be well.